This is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. Local health officials say the coronavirus isn't going away anytime soon.
We have team coverage tonight as the Badgers cancel their game this weekend due to an uptick of cases, a record number of people dying from COVID-19 complications, and hospitalizations increasing in Rock County. But let's begin tonight with Sports Director Zach Hanley, who has more on what these positive cases mean for the immediate future of Badger football. Zach?
Well, with the game canceled on Saturday and team activities paused for 7 days, the Badgers are in a bit of a bind. 6 players are out at least for 21 days after testing positive, and their head coach, Paul Christ, he's out 10 days as one of the 6 staff members who recorded a positive test. So that's 12 positive tests in a span of 5 days. That's not good. And over these next 7 days, the football program is taking a hard look at what went wrong and how they can fix it so they can get back on the field as soon as possible.
The response is absolutely try to find every way that you can. One, how do we lower the curve, right? And that's what the 7-day pause is. And then it's, as you go forward, what are the different things we can do to allow ourselves to give us a chance to play.
Now, the Badgers must play at least 6 games to be eligible for the Big Ten championship game, but obviously that's not on their minds, and neither is their November 7th game against Purdue. Right now, as Coach Chris said, they're trying to lower the curve in their program.
All right, Zach, thank you. Thousands of more positive cases were recorded today, just one day after Wisconsin saw record-breaking highs for confirmed deaths and new cases. State and county health officials said an additional 3,494 cases have been confirmed, bringing the lifetime total in the state to 210,767. 43,000 cases remain active. At least 1,909 have died from coronavirus complications in Wisconsin. 38 more deaths were confirmed today.
Each one of those people who die from the coronavirus have loved ones forced to plan socially distant funerals or memorial services.
It is a heartbreaking task that doctors here worry won't stop anytime soon. Our Gabriella Becerra outside UW Hospital on a night when most of the state is under a high death rate phase. Gabby?
Doctors say it could take many weeks before we see hospitalizations and deaths go down. A funeral director I spoke with says he's never seen a pandemic last as long as this one has. Pete Gunderson sees the worst of COVID-19 every day.
How heart-wrenching can that be?
Helping families cope with losing a loved one to a disease that's showing no signs of getting better in Wisconsin.
Oftentimes it's the first time a family's been able to see their loved one in the weeks that led up to this.
That's become far too common in Wisconsin in the last 4 weeks. The state recorded more than 550 COVID deaths since October 1st. After decades working in funeral homes, Gunderson says the impact COVID is having on his line of work is unlike anything else.
We've been through times of polio, we've been through times of HIV and tuberculosis and a number of others.
UW Health's Dr. Nasia Safdar says COVID-19 works like a wave. First, younger people get sick, then more vulnerable people end up hospitalized, and deaths follow soon after that.
The way it's going now, I think we can expect to see several weeks of this getting worse before we would start to see it getting better.
To get control of those numbers, it'll take effort. Masks, social distancing, and staying home from everyone.
For it to work effectively, it has to be a population-level intervention.
Right now, local funeral homes aren't overwhelmed with COVID-19 deaths.
Initially, everyone was short on PPEs. We're up to snuff on that now.
And they're helping other homes around Wisconsin and the country.
Many are uncomfortable coming into the hospitals and into Dane County or Milwaukee County or wherever the outbreaks happen to be at the moment, and having exposure possibly happen to them.
Gunderson says the fact that COVID-19 can kill someone so quickly makes it even more important for loved ones to have a support system around them as they start the grieving process.
Gabriella Becerra live at UW Hospital. Gabby, thank you. Rock County is riding a wave of its own that hasn't crested this month.
Nearly 1 in 90 people countywide are currently positive. Adam Duxer joins us live from Janesville with what area hospitals there are saying about their capacity today. Adam?
Well, SSM in Janesville says, if anything, they're glad that the spike we're seeing right now didn't come last spring, because they've spent the last several months preparing for a moment just like this one. But headed into today across Rock County, more than 40 people were in the hospital with coronavirus, which is more than ever before. But administrators say they've had time to come up with procedures and get the gear they need to handle it. They also say there's no set number of patients they'd reach where they couldn't take any more.
We look at the number of hospitalizations we have. We look at the number of open beds. We look at the number of discharges we have. We look at the number of procedures. And then we also, when it comes to procedures, we look at those patients that potentially need a hospital bed. So it's always kind of a moving number.
But despite that, the healthcare worker I spoke with today says it's more important for people to keep their guard up right now than ever before. And says heading into the holidays, they're incredibly worried about social distancing and preventing the spread of COVID-19. But coming up tonight at 6, we'll take a look at how one local school district here in Rock County is still holding in-person classes, saying students might be more safe in school than outside of it.
All right, Adam, thank you. A little warmer Wednesday across the area. Let's check your first warn forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
We did get a little warmer today, but now the clouds are building in, and that's going to lead to a little cooler end to the work week. Taking a live look right now with our WIC-TV Skycam of a beautiful sunset. Sometimes it's just nice to take a pause and enjoy the sunsets that we can see here in southern Wisconsin. We're sitting at about 51 degrees, a little bit below average currently, but fairly comfortable outside for the middle of fall. 51 in Madison, 52 in Janesville, and 49 in the Dells. After we get past sunset, of course, temperatures dropping overnight. We'll see overnight lows in the mid to low 30s, and for tomorrow, that cooler weather will arrive. We're expecting temperatures in the low 40s for afternoon highs. We'll take a closer look at your 10-day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. A man who was arrested after protesting outside of a Madison restaurant has entered a plea. Court records show Devoneer Johnson was in court today, and the court entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Johnson, along with Greg James and William Shanley, are charged after demanding free food and drinks from downtown Madison businesses. The men allegedly said in return they would not destroy the businesses. James and Shanley were expected to have hearings today, but due to technical difficulties, they will be back in court next month.
4 years ago, Donald Trump unexpectedly won Wisconsin by a narrow margin. Can he do it again?
A new poll is giving us a better idea of who Wisconsinites want as their commander-in-chief. Brady Mallory is taking a closer look at the newly released Marquette Law School poll and joins us with the numbers. Brady?
Yeah, somehow Election Day is less than a week away, and right now Wisconsin voters are leaning toward Democratic challenger Joe Biden. The results show Biden has a slight lead over Trump, with 48% of likely Wisconsin voters favoring Biden compared to 43% of likely voters supporting Trump. The margin of error among likely voters in the new poll is 4.4 percentage points. However, Charles Franklin, the director of the Marquette Law School poll, says, as we found out last time, polls don't always guarantee an outcome.
One of the questions from 2016 was that Republicans who were reluctant to vote for Trump, nevertheless, in the end, did so because it was impossible for them to see themselves voting for Clinton. That's a possibility this year as well.
Well, here's another piece. Franklin says when asked if they would change their minds, 91% of voters polled said no. 41% of registered voters say they have already voted either by absentee or in-person early voting.
Brady, thank you. And with less than a week now until the election, Republicans and Democrats are in Wisconsin pushing voters to head to the polls. Today, Second Lady Karen Pence was in southern Wisconsin. She was in Waterloo speaking at the venue at River's Edge. The Second Lady discussed employment in Wisconsin and said that under President Trump, Wisconsin added more than 56,000 new jobs. She also complimented the president's trade deal with the U.S., Canada, and Mexico.
Trade with Canada and Mexico supports more than 231,000 jobs in the state, including 44,000 manufacturing jobs. USMCA is delivering key wins to Wisconsin's farmers, and USMCA will open up Canada's market for dairy exports, allowing Wisconsin's dairy producers to sell more milk and cheese.
Meanwhile, Vice President Pence also campaigning in Wisconsin. He's in central Wisconsin campaigning for the president at a rally at the airport in Mosinee near Wausau. The president will be making another visit to Wisconsin this week. He'll be in Green Bay on Friday.
As for the Democrats, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is campaigning for Joe Biden. Senator Sanders spoke to News 3 Now earlier today. He says even though Democratic candidate Biden and Kamala Harris haven't made many visits to the Badger State, President Trump is not setting a good example for Americans by holding big rallies.
What people have got to ask themselves is at a time when COVID is surging all across this country, when hospitals are being overwhelmed, when scientists say that people should be wearing masks, there should be social distancing, you have a president of the United States who says it doesn't matter. You come to our rallies, you don't have to wear a mask. You could be packed right next to each other. Is that the kind of example we need from the White House today? I think not.
Joe Biden will be in Wisconsin this Friday. The location and details of his visit still haven't been released. There's more to come tonight on News 3 Now at 5. When we come back, virtual learning can be hard for some families. How one Fitchburg family is adjusting to online learning. And then coming up tonight at 6, a reality check on Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden's campaign promises about health care. That's coming up at 6. COVID crushing the markets in midweek trading. The Dow plummeted 943 points today. The Nasdaq was off 426.5. The S&P falls almost 120. We'll be right back.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
What does that mean for you? Household incomes down $6,500 a year. Higher gas prices at the pump and utility bills at home.
And here's how it works. I'm going to raise taxes.
Small businesses pay more. 5 million jobs lost.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we live where you live, so we know getting ready for winter is essential. We're your cold weather experts with everything you need to gear up for the cold, snowy weather ahead. Like 25% off zero exposure outerwear for the family. Keep workspaces warm with this Dynaglow heater, $99.99. And save $100 on all Cub Cadet snow throwers. Plus, buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru. You don't even need to get out of your car.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I'm a mom, a grandma, and a business owner. Our family repaired 3 barns and a 100-year-old farmhouse for our small business. I was raised to believe in hard work and that a person's word is sacred. As your assemblywoman, I'll work hard for our small towns and family farms, to rebuild our schools and main streets, and be your fiscal watchdog to make sure our tax dollars come back to work for us here at home.
What do you think?
I love it.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Hey everybody, Thursday is the deadline to request an absentee ballot before the election.
But if you're planning on voting in person at the polls, there are some things elections officials want you to keep in mind to help keep everyone safe and healthy. We'll tell you what they are tomorrow.
Wisconsin's votes will matter. That's why on election night, News 3 Now is committed to covering the local vote live on Channel 3000 and on our digital streaming service, Channel 3000 Plus. Download it now. Join the News 3 Now team as we track an election like no other.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Virtual school is difficult, but for kids with learning disabilities, there may even be long-term effects on their self-esteem.
Abby Schinderly took a closer look at what online learning looks like for one Fitchburg family.
When school first moved online, 7th grader Max was excited.
At first, I thought that it was going to be fun.
He thought he'd have more time at home to chill and do things he enjoys, like painting. His online music class is his favorite because he loves playing the trombone. But his other classes aren't going so well.
I honestly just don't think it's fun because you always have to be on a screen, and then at the end of the day I always have headaches or migraines.
Max was diagnosed with ADHD when he was 10, so online school presents a whole new set of challenges for him.
He has a hard enough time focusing when the teacher is right there, keeping him on task.
If there's one word to sum up how Max and his mom are feeling, it's frustrated.
He's got so many more distractions here than he does at school. We've had to change his work environment 3 different times.
Unfortunately, Max isn't the only kid struggling with ADHD and virtual learning. Doctors say many kids with learning disabilities have been left without the support that they need, which could have long-term effects like increased anxiety.
We are talking about children whose personalities are developing. They're constantly changing. They're absorbing all of the stress that we are experiencing as a collective.
Doctors say it's important that parents give their kids permission to not perform as well this year. For Max and his mom, it's all about staying positive.
You're your only child's advocate at this point, and you have to be their best advocate and fight for them and do what they need to help them succeed, or at least get by for now.
In Fitchburg, Abby Schinderly, News 3 Now.
Doctors recommend that kids try and stay on the same schedule that they had when they were doing in-person school, and it also helps to break up the school day a little bit with free time and activities. Let's get a check on the weather now. Dana is keeping a close eye on Hurricane Zeta. Dana?
The hurricane making landfall just a little bit ago along the coast of Louisiana. Right now, a Category 2 hurricane still. All of that rain stretching up into parts of Jackson and Mississippi. Also seeing a lot of rain and wind along the coast of Alabama and Florida. This is a track that has been very familiar to the folks in Louisiana. We've seen several systems make landfall in the very same spot. As it continues to move northeast, we're expecting a lot of rain and wind all the way up through the Carolinas. So we have hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings stretching up towards the northeast into Alabama and again towards Atlanta. But those warnings extend even up into the Carolinas right now, as it's going to contain a lot of energy as the system does move northeast. That rain, though, likely going to stay southeast of us. We aren't expecting any of that to drift up into Wisconsin. So sunshine will disappear for much of tomorrow. We're expecting mostly cloudy skies for Thursday. Still seeing temperatures below average for Thursday and Friday. It's going to be a little cooler outside, but for Halloween on Saturday, a little bit of good news. We'll have the sunshine back for the weekend. And we're also expecting pretty seasonable temperatures for Saturday for Halloween, with our high temperatures in the lower 50s. Right now, our Doppler track again is quiet for us. That rainfall staying to the south. High pressure sending us a bit of a southwest breeze, so a little warmer weather today, a little warmer temperatures. But that's going to come to an end as we have this cold front swinging through tomorrow. Behind the front, things, of course, will be just a little cooler outside, but it's not going to bring any rain along with it. We just have a little cloud coverage increasing for our Thursday, and then we'll get the sunshine back again by Friday and Saturday. Overnight, the clouds continue to increase. Temperatures won't drop quite as much with our cloudy sky, only expecting overnight lows in the mid to low 30s. For the afternoon, we'll see high temperatures in the low 40s, the cloud coverage clearing out later on in the day, and by Friday, we might see a little bit of cloud coverage in the morning, but overall, skies should become mostly sunny there by the end of the day. Our CPC outlook, unfortunately, the temperatures there not loading, but we are expecting a little more mild weather for the start of November. We'll get a little more of a warm-up as we head into next month. Already starting to talk about November. Tomorrow, it's 43, the high, though, mostly cloudy outside, and again, just a little cooler. Our breeze coming in from the north-northeast, enough that you'll likely notice it about 8 to 15 miles per hour. Sunshine returns on Friday. We're mostly sunny. For Halloween, we will be in the low 50s, pretty close to average with partly sunny skies. But once the sun does set, those temps will start to fall through the 40s. We're in the sunshine for the start of November. And that's really where we stay for all of next week. No new rain chances developing, so a very dry trend to the start of November. And right now it does look like the weather will not be a factor on Election Day for Tuesday, and that's some good news for us. Mostly sunny with highs in the middle 50s. As far as traffic is concerned, right now the roads look pretty good. We don't have any major accidents to report, which is always good news. Looking around Dane County right now, the interstate looks smooth. Downtown Madison and the Beltline, we do have a few slowdown spots, but we aren't seeing any accidents there to kind of flag areas that need to get cleared up. The interstate, again, from Janesville to the Beltline should be fairly smooth. If you're traveling north and southbound, we aren't seeing any delays either at this time. That's a quick look at traffic.
Dana, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5. Changes are coming to the Super Bowl this year due to COVID-19. We'll tell you what they are ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Celebrate the holidays with custom gifts from Madison Top Company. Clothing, mugs, ornaments, and more. Ready as fast as 1 hour with their lightning service. Buy local with fast, custom printed gifts at MadisonTop.com since 1974.
Menards carries a great selection of lighting products in stock. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. We carry a wide array of styles and finishes of outdoor lighting. Enhance your home with the look you want while adding security for peace of mind. This Shane Outdoor Wall Light is a great way to add elegant lighting to the outside of your home. Pick it up today for only $44.49 after 11% rebate right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
He's our independent voice who answers to no one but us, Todd Novak. Todd Novak is working across the aisle, passing the bipartisan COVID-19 relief bill, helping hospitals and communities get the resources needed to fight the coronavirus. Todd Novak is helping families, small businesses, and farmers as we work to rebuild the economy safely. And Todd Novak led the bipartisan effort to make sure our water is clean and safe for future generations. Our voice, Todd Novak for State Assembly.
Good to see you. How are you? All right. Isaac, good to see you. How are you, man?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Vice President.
God love you. I just want to stay high. But I can't preach like you guys can.
America is a place for everyone. Those who chose this country. Those who fought for it. Some Republicans, some Democrats, and most just somewhere in between. All looking for the same thing. Someone who understands their hopes, their dreams, their pain. To listen, to bring people together, to get up every day and work to make life better for families like yours. To look you in the eye, treat you with respect, and tell you the truth. To work just as hard for the people who voted for him as those who didn't. To be a president for all Americans.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Donald Trump is lying again. Joe Biden will not raise taxes on anyone making under $400,000. Biden will close tax loopholes for big corporations. Trump's tax cut giveaway exploded our debt, so he's threatening Social Security and Medicare. Biden will make the wealthy and big corporations pay their fair share, so we can protect Social Security and Medicare and invest in schools and health care.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Celebrate the holidays with custom gifts from Madison Top Company. Clothing, mugs, ornaments, and more. Ready as fast as 1 hour with their lightning service. Buy local with fast, custom printed gifts at MadisonTop.com since 1974.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Major League Baseball is investigating the actions of Los Angeles Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner after he celebrated with his team following a positive COVID test. Turner was pulled in the middle of the game due to a positive COVID-19 test. But when the team won the game, he rushed out on the field to join in the celebration and was even captured kissing his wife. It isn't clear how Turner contracted the virus with the MLB's precautionary precautions in place.
Houston Texans say one of their players tested positive Tuesday night. This comes 2 days after the Packers played them down at Houston. The Texans say that player's isolating. They closed down team facilities today. Reports say the positive test has not affected the Packers. Their practice was still held in Green Bay today. The NFL plans to have reduced capacity at the Super Bowl this year. ESPN reporting the NFL is planning to hold it at 20% for Super Bowl 55 at Tampa's Raymond James Stadium. That venue holds 65,000, but with temporary seating could expand to 75,000. The NFL says fans will be in pods 6 feet apart. Masks will be required. That game set to be played on February 7th. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
If you elect me, your taxes are going to be raised, not cut.
What does that mean for you? Household incomes down $6,500 a year. Higher gas prices at the pump and utility bills at home.
And here's how it works. I'm going to raise taxes.
Small businesses pay more. 5 million jobs lost.
You're going to get a tax raise.
An economy in ruins. That's what Joe Biden's tax increase means for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Question: are you happy with your Medicare plan? Want to get more for your money? Take a look at Quartz Medicare Advantage plans in partnership with UW Health. Quartz Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month, including coverage for medical, hospital, and prescriptions. With $5 primary care visits, $0 preventive care, specialist copays as low as $25, and new this year, $0 telehealth visits, allowing you to see a doctor from the comfort of home. It's no wonder that 98% of our members choose to stay with Quartz. That's loyalty we strive to earn every day. Learn more by requesting your free planning guide from Quartz today, featuring cost and coverage details, plus other information to help you choose the right plan for you. Quartz Medicare Advantage plans also offer more value, with plans including preventive and comprehensive dental benefits with up to $550 reimbursement, vision benefits with up to $300 reimbursement for glasses or contacts, coverage for hearing exams and hearing aid copays as low as $700 per aid, and up to $160 reimbursement for over-the-counter health-related items. Quartz Medicare Advantage also includes fitness benefits and our new Snowbird travel benefits, giving you the same as in-network coverage as you travel across America. All from a plan that works closely with and gives you easy access to UW Health, an integrated health system serving more than 600,000 people each year. Together, we help you live well. Switch to Quartz Medicare Advantage. Call 888-718-7756 or visit quartzmedicareplans.com/enroll to request your free planning guide from Quartz today. That's 888-718-7756.
He's erratic.
I have 5 different strategies. I could change any moment.
Refuses to lead.
I don't take responsibility at all.
Or rely on experts.
One day it's like a miracle. It will disappear.
Enough.
As president, I'll make you a promise. I'll protect America. I will defend us from every attack, seen and unseen, always, without exception, every time.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, 6 days to go, President Trump in a Sunbelt sprint, hoping to court voters in Arizona after leaving hundreds of supporters in the cold following a late-night rally in Nebraska. Plus, the record turnout, over 75 million votes already cast, but millions of mail-in ballots have not been returned. Why this has Democrats nervous. And after the LA Dodgers won the World Series last night, why did one player return to the field after just testing positive for COVID-19? Those stories and more tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
Dane is here with a final check. Beautiful sunset out there tonight.
Yes, we have some really nice color right now. A little bit of cloud coverage, enough to give us some nice color with that light filtering through. Cloudy tomorrow, a little cooler with highs in the low 40s. We're mostly sunny on Friday, still in the mid to low 40s. But by Saturday for Halloween, we're expecting a very seasonable day with highs in the low 50s. Partly sunny for Saturday and for the first day of November on Sunday. And then for the first week of November, the dry trend continues on. Mostly sunny to start. far, and then partly sunny by the end of the week. High temperatures will start to trend above average into the middle 50s, and those overnight lows also trending up in the mid to upper 30s. So not quite as chilly outside for us by next week.
All right, Dana, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.